there was one main thing that made comic books so good. I mean, yes, we had the great stories, we had the superheroes, all of them, but there was one main thing that made comics good, made it understandable, made it simple, but still spectacular. And that was, you had good guys, you had bad guys. You had good guys who upheld morals and values and did what was right, and even though it was hard and did that, you had bad guys who were heinous, twisted sycophants who did terrible things. And yes, we've had our anti-heroes over the years, you know, our Wolverine, our Punisher, maybe our Batman to a lesser extent, but still there. So we got that. You understand? But that was the secret sauce to comics. You understand? You had good guys, you had bad guys. And even though you had the anti-heroes who would cross the line, you still know where they stood. But at this point, it has become abundantly clear when it comes to Marvel and DC that their heroes have just lost their moral compass completely. I mean, like, absolutely. You have these people behaving in manners that don't make any sense whatsoever. I want to go through three examples of what I'm talking about here. Two from DC and one from Marvel, and this kind of really sums up everything in regards to what it is. So we start off first with Green Arrow number 20. And the thing about it is that before I even get any further, I just don't dig Green Arrow's new outfit. With giving a kind of like a cape-like thing there, it just doesn't work for me at all. But regardless of it, there's this serial killer, right? This woman was a serial killer. And apparently well, what basically happened to her is that there's this company that is poisoning some water. And she drank from the water and thing and the other, and she ended up getting cancer. She got leukemia and all that stuff. But after that, she became a serial killer. She murdered a bunch of people. And there's this detective, well, Detective Ramirez, who she was going to kill. And this woman was going to kill this detective, right? But then she got captured. She there, and then she had a convulsion, right, while she was in the station, and she died, right? And then Green Arrow just starts in this weird ass manner. He's like, she didn't deserve this. She did you see that dossier? She didn't deserve this to die in a cage like an animal alone. And then the detective is rightfully telling him, she's here because she was a serial killer. I don't like this any more than you do. It breaks my heart. But and he goes, whatever happened to due process? She was at the senator's mansion in the killer's outfit, and you're gonna lecture me about due process? Maybe, and he's going to maybe someone or two. And she goes on, poor lady's corpse ain't even cold, and you can't give her the benefit of the doubt. You don't know what she went through. It doesn't matter what she went through. She killed somebody. And then he goes, oh, she was a guidance counselor, not a hit woman. The name Freshwater mean anything. I mean, like, this is what I'm saying. What I'm saying. He's acted like this is some kind of thing, and talking about the poor lady. The woman is a serial killer. She killed people. The police are right to arrest her. That's what she did. But here's the thing. The way he's acting is like, they should just somehow forgive the fact that she murdered these people and have probably sent her on her way or something like that. And then he goes on to even more to me like, as a detective, we're going to say, I uphold the law. It's my job. Somebody breaks it, I enforce it. It's that simple. So then he holds out his hands and he's like, I'm breaking the law right now, aren't I? Where are my shackles? Oh, that's right. Two-tiered justice. One set for me and another for her, right? Equal for some, not for all. I'm like, you are a vigilante. These These detectives are allowing you to be at this crime scene to get this access and all kind of stuff like that. They're allowing you to do that. Yes, you are breaking the law, but they are literally allowing you to do that. You're not Batman or Superman. You don't have that kind of pull. but they're still allowing you to do this, still trying to help you get that. And this is your response to it. Like you're throwing a fit all that, and this is it. And then after he just storms off and leave, the other detective who's there that says the says to detective Ramirez, he's not wrong. And then she's like, shut up, Ali. I know he's not wrong. Don't make him right either. Like, I'm just trying to understand the absolute ridiculousness of this. This woman killed people. You understand me? I'm sorry for what happened to her. She didn't end up, but she did kill people. You get me? She did kill people. And the thing about it is that this whole thing could have been handled much easier had it been done better. All the writer of this really had to do was just like take like at least about 2 pages maybe and show that when this woman got sick from drinking this tainted water, they tried to pay her off. She didn't go for it. She petitioned to have an investigation done, tried her best to fight the company, got lawyers and everything like that. It didn't work. She lost her job because the company started making up allegations against her and doing things other the other. Maybe she had a sister or something, and they organized for the sister to get killed, and that pushed her over later to become a serial killer. So you would have had Green Arrow say something like, she didn't deserve this, but that company drove her to this. It doesn't excuse what she did, but she was innocent at one point, and they turned her into this. And that's it. You leave it right there. You leave it right there. You leave it right there. That was it. But no, you have him going on this big tirade about how, oh, she didn't deserve to die, nothing like that. Oh, arrest me too. The woman is a serial killer. You did nothing to really explain what is happening. You just basically say, okay, you know what? She was a guidance counselor. She got sick and just decided to go out there and start murdering people. Come on, like I said, you could have just taken 2 pages, just 2 pages, maybe one page you could have taken and just crafted a story to show how this woman went from point A to point Z. That was it. It's all you had to do. And then all you had to have Green Arrow say was, you know what? What happened was terrible. She was innocent once, and this company drove her to that. Doesn't excuse what she did, but this is what happened, and that was it. But no, they got to craft the whole thing like, the woman, that he had them freaking out over it. And then we move on to Tom King and his nonsense, because why not when it comes to Wonder Woman? Right? Because we have Wonder Woman chapter 17 and Tom King ongoing thing with Wonder Woman. Where once again, Wonder Woman is literally having the Wonder Girls go out and attack people. And the thing about it is that last time around I talked about this, they basically had Donna Troy literally attacking Solomon Grundy in the sewers and gutting him. You had Wonder Girl blowing up one of them navy ships and them and polluting the ocean. You had Yara Flor robbing like God alone knows how many banks, and then you had Cheetah literally mauling a man half to death. But for some reason, that isn't enough now. So because, she's still fighting this sovereign idiot, whoever he is. So she just has them going out there attacking more people. So we see them going after these so-called villains or whatever I think. Like you have Giganta, who's basically just working security at the sovereign's mansion. Right? She's working security with everyone. She hasn't done anything. As far as I'm aware, she hasn't done anything. I haven't seen Giganta in like 2 years. I don't know what she's been up to. But she's just working security. And then Donald Troy just shows up, throws a lasso around her neck, and then literally encourages her to grow. So she just grows big, destroying the mansion. God alone knows who she may have killed in there or whatever, because that's what they want. So she just literally pisses her off to do that. But that's not enough. Then you actually have Yara Flor fighting, I think is Silver Swan. Is this person's name? Yeah, Silver Swan. And again, I don't know why she's even beating up this woman. She hasn't done anything. I haven't seen Silver Swan in probably longer than I've seen Giganta. I don't know, maybe she's connected to the sovereign, maybe she's working security, something like that. Maybe. But you're beating the shit out of this woman just because she hasn't done anything. Literally hasn't done anything, and you're just beating the crap out of her. That's it. But you think that's bad enough? You literally have Angleman who's basically just asleep in his bed minding his business when you have Cassie just punch through the wall and just start beating the shit out of the guy. That's it. She just punches through the wall, starts beating the shit out of the guy. Like, why? I don't know. What is it that they are actually trying to accomplish here? I don't know. But for some reason, Tom King thinks that, having Diana send the Wonder Girls out to viciously attack people is somehow good. I'm really, really not sure what the hell this is supposed to be, because Giganta was just minding a business, working security, probably just trying to get an honest paycheck or whatever, and she gets attacked for no reason. Silver Swan is there. As far as I'm aware, she hasn't done anything. She gets attacked for no reason. Angleman was literally asleep. He heard the noise, got up, and then Cassie just punched through the wall and started beating the shit out of him. That is your idea of heroism. Like, apparently last time wasn't enough, this time around. So yeah, we got Green Arrow acting like a lunatic, trying to justify a serial killer woman. You have Wonder Woman sending the Wonder Girls out to viciously attack people for being alive. I guess that's it. But then we get to X-Men, right? Because Marvel has to throw something into the mix to show just how messed up they are. Comes to X-Men number 10. So apparently, you have literally what goes on there is that, but I think the guy's name is Lindquist or Lindvis or something like that, some government agent. Well, before I even get that, let's tell you what happened. Apparently, like the last issue or so, the X-Men broke into Grey Malkin and broke out Beasts and some other mutants who were being held there, and like they were being tortured or something like that or whatever. And so Lindquist is there because he wants to get the X-Men to surrender. Because he's basically, they had no right to break in there. Now, let's be fair here. What was happening to the mutants, I think that was completely wrong and all of that. And the X-Men are originally supposed to be a strike team. That's what they do. They basically are a strike team, so they strike. Okay. But rather than Cyclops present some kind of evidence, which they could have gotten, to show that, what was going on there was terrible and they didn't have time to waste. They had to get their people out and save innocent lives, to show that they could have presented some kind of evidence. No, the guy comes in there and he wants to know if Cyclops and them are ready to surrender. And Cyclops is basically telling him, like, no, I'm not going to surrender, all of that. But while all of that is going on, he's basically just keeping the guy occupied while he sends out, like, the Hellions. You've got like Locust, King Bedlam, Jesse Bedlam, Boom Boom, and Phantom X. They go to some of these government institutions and start blowing shit up. You have like King Bedlam, like he literally used his powers to give this guy like some kind of seizure or something, and they're destroying stuff there. But when you think that is bad enough, right? When the guy finds out what's happening, because he's basically having a simple conversation with Cyclops, when he finds out what's happening, right? Cyclops just straight up threatens him, because he's like, they could do whatever they gotta do, and this and the other, and they gotta solve them. But then Cyclops just literally goes off the freaking deep end, right? He just basically tells him that, the guy that really, he's gonna have to arrest him or whatever. And Cyclops is like, you know what? I am not gonna do that. And the guy doesn't let what? You can't go to war with the whole US government and everything. And Cyclops is like, basically, you know what? Oh, I don't have nuclear weapons, but basically so he puts it. That's how he puts it. Um, you think you think I didn't plan for this? I don't have any nuclear weapons, but I do have mutants. How much damage would the Juggernaut do if dropped from orbit? Or if Zorn just took his helmet off and exposed the star that makes up his head? Like, you're basically threatening to literally do like extinction level damage. Because if you drop the Juggernaut from orbit onto like New York City, you will wipe it out. Zorn removed the helmet that would literally cause a singularity and destroy the Earth. And you literally do that. And this is why people have kind of come to fear and hate the X-Men, because you're no longer acting like the X-Men. There are certain heroes who would do some stuff like this. Like I say, anti-heroes, some anti-heroes, but you wouldn't expect this from like the X-Men or the basic A team of the Marvel universe. Like I said, you could have just simply presented evidence of what was happening at Greymalkin and why you had to, but no, you decided the best thing to do is basically straight up threaten people to say that, you know what, I could drop the Juggernaut from orbit and he would wipe out all of New York City. Zorn could take off his helmet and then bye-bye Earth. But if you think that's not messed up enough, right? He literally then tells him, if any of you have me murdered, then my wife will know and she will grieve, and then the phoenix will return to Earth for vengeance. And I don't know if the planet will survive that. So yes, I will threaten to destroy every institution of this nation if that's what it takes to get you to listen to me, because I'm looking out for you, all of you. Like, you literally say that, you know what, if you do anything to me, my wife will know, she will grieve, and she will come back, and the phoenix will destroy the earth. That's not just some empty threat. The phoenix has destroyed planets before. That's literally what the whole Dark Phoenix saga thing was about, because the phoenix went on there and destroyed a planet. You understand me? That's why the whole thing happened, where they wanted to destroy the phoenix. So it's not some joke. This is some empty threat. But this is the kind of twisted shit you would do. You are literally out there threatening global global annihilation like it's nothing. This is how messed up this is now. This is why people are so worried about the X-Men until now, because the X-Men don't act like this anymore. They literally have embraced everything bad about them. Like I say, Krakoa did irrevocable damage to them, because when you had Kitty Pryde and Emma Frost killing everybody left, right, and center like it was a freaking joke. And now you see this. I can say, heroes and colors have really lost their moral compass. You have Green Arrow freaking out and literally trying to defend a serial killer. You have Wonder Woman sending the Wonder Girls out there to beat the shit out of everybody that she just don't like, apparently, for some reason. And now you have the X-Men and you have Cyclops threatening mass destruction and global annihilation if they don't just leave him to do as he bloody well wants. That's what messed up this is. Like, I'm not saying, don't get me wrong, yeah? Be wrong. The mutants were being treated unfairly. Fine. That does not give you the right to go about doing things like this. You could have presented evidence to show what was going on. Yes, the X-Men are a strike team. They could have taken down the Others, but still have the evidence to show this is what happened, and dealt with it. That's what's going on. But they don't do that anymore. They really don't. I mean, even when it wasn't like in X2, the movie, when it had Charles Xavier and them came there and they talked to the president, when they freeze everything and talk to the president and thing. Yes, they did threaten him, but it wasn't a threat for mass destruction. It was a threat to expose what was going on, but also show that, listen, these people, these mutants are innocent, and they literally presented evidence. Rather than you do that, you are threatening global annihilation because you're sick in the freaking head. So messed up, they have lost their moral compass completely. It's so freaking screwed up right now when it comes to comics. Really, really bad. really bad. And this is like only three examples, but there literally are others when you look across the board. It's really messed up. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments. You have a different opinion. I'd love to hear it. If you like, even hit that thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already. Ring the notification bell to be notified every time I upload a new video. And I shall see you all next time. Take care.